Hello, hello, hello. It's coffee time where we look at the news. Swine flu. We're going back to swine flu. Looking at the Daily Mail website. Could swine flu have been spreading in the UK for nearly a month? Of course, of course. Again, for those of you who aren't in the know, the first detected case of swine flu was found in North Yorkshire on November the 9th. Again, she, we don't know, saw their GP with cold-like symptoms. But they were tested for influenza through an established winter surveillance scheme, and that's how the H1N2 swine flu was discovered. And again, we got the infogram that we saw yesterday. You get runny nose, diarrhea, cough, fever, body aches, and vomiting. So it sounds like every other winter bug that you've got. Thing is, right, the only reason now that we know these things are out there is because we can detect them. In the past, you'd have said, "Oh, I had a bit of a jippy tummy. Oh, I didn't feel too good. Oh, I think I think I'm sickening for something," and you would have got on with your lives. Now they can detect all sorts of stuff because we have the means to do it, and so we have these health warnings blow up. Again, it's not like the vid. It's a mild illness, but it's being presented here like it's the latest thing. You know, it's probably been spreading. We've probably all had it. It's probably gone through us already. Have you had swine flu? Or keep away from me. So that's it. So swine flu. It's probably already been doing the rounds. You don't say. You don't say. Because not everybody goes and gets their coughs, colds and sneezes verified. But yeah, I'm sure it'll be just fine. Meanwhile, court news. Thomas David Davidson, a barrister, was at Salisbury Magistrates Court on the 7th of February 2022 when he looked at the bench, said "Jawohl," right, and gave a Nazi salute. Yes. David, again, I can't get me around this. Davidson, a practicing barrister based in Chambers on Fleet Street, had just finished a trial in which he'd imitated a German accent before a bench of 3 lay magistrates. After the chairperson raised the issue of inappropriate use of a fake German accent, Davidson engaged in seriously offensive discreditable conduct, during which he carried out the Sieg-Heil salute according to Bar Standards Board, the BSB. He spent 24 years as an immigration tribunal judge, but for this he was fined £250 by the independent regulator and will have to pay costs of £1,750. The veteran barrister who was called to the bar back in 1973 behaved in a way which was likely to diminish the trust and confidence which the public places in him or the profession, according to the BSB's disciplinary findings. Well, I'm sure he did it for comic effect. You know, I'm sure he was being funny, and you just can't do Nazi salutes as a joke anymore, can you? You know, he should have just pretended he was waving to a friend. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's no explanation of why he did it from him. I don't know, but he got fined for it. Why was he imitating a German accent as part of a thing? What? Why? Again, there's a lot of stuff. There are a lot of questions. There are more questions than answers, I believed. Meanwhile, environmental news. This is Ismail Elmadgroup. He's a business development director, and he's got a nice little place in the Cotswolds. Yes. Well, he's in trouble, right? Because he employed a contractor to get rid of some trees. Yes. These were 3 historic apple trees, right, in his garden. They were at the back of his 120-foot garden, but actually fell in a conservation area. And he said he got rid of them because the fallen apples, were constantly being eaten by his dog, which made the dog unwell, and they also attracted wasps, which were causing issues to the family. So yeah, this is his garden, and that's where, I guess those are the stumps where the trees were, and that's a conservation area. Blimey. And here it is from the air. Okay. Well, and here's Mr. Elmer himself. He wasn't looking too happy by the end of the trial, where he apologised and said he acted without thought. And he was ordered to pay £8,884 in fines and costs. Yeah. The irony is, one of the firms in which he's a director is a business support company called Crabapple Services Limited. There you go. That's the punchline. That's the punchline. But yeah, he felled the trees without prior notice, as required by law, and yeah, and he pleaded guilty at Cheltenham Magistrates Court on Monday. So there you go. Mind you, so lovely gaff he's got. Lovely gaff. Look at that. It's nice. But you've got to be careful. Can't cut down the trees. Sometimes, I mean, again, having a protection order in your back garden, he must have known about that. Meanwhile, it's Christmas. Christmas is coming. I don't know if you've have you noticed that? Well, up in Scotland, in Renfrew in Glasgow, guests at the Glenhill Hotel and Spa will find that mince pies are no longer on the menu. Yeah, it's banning mince pies for the first time in 53 years. Why? Why are they banning the mince pies? Is it because they're offending, I don't know, vegans? There you go, I'm just plucking it out of the air. Here is Chef Willie Miller. There you go, saying no mince pies for me. They're doing it because they reckon that the mince pie, the humble mince pie, has fallen out of popularity, and they're no longer having them because of low demand and high wastage. They throw 80% of them away. They bin them, yeah. They said they usually order 5,000 mince pies every year. They said the majority of those were thrown away. But don't worry, you've got alternative dessert options. You can have a cheesecake of the day, sticky toffee pudding, banana split, or a mixed fruit pavlova. There you go. So it's not all bad. And here is the Glenhill Hotel and Spa. Looks very fancy, but you'll have to take your own mince pies this time. All right? Can't believe it. Can't believe it. I mean, I quite like a mince pie, but mince pies don't like me anymore. Here's a ping. Here's an odd story. This is Michelle's sword, right? From Carterton in Oxfordshire. And again, there are pictures of her being attended to by medics. The paramedics are there. Here she is. Again, you're probably wondering, what did she do? Well, she had previously tried a weight loss drug, which she bought legitimately from an online pharmacy 3 years ago. But she decided to forgo the official channels and buy a weight loss injection via the internet. Yeah, she saw it, online, and took this. These again. This is what she had. Again, it doesn't say what it is, but there's a weight, like what I say, is a weight loss pen that she was using, and it nearly killed her. Yeah, the mother of two. Nearly killed her. She bought this weight loss pen online for £150 in September, and she's used her experience to warn others away from using this stuff. Yeah, blood sugars dropped to a dangerous level. She began to feel confused and disorientated in 15 minutes after injecting the drug, before she lost consciousness entirely. And then she was rushed to hospital. Miss Sword said the hospital doctors told her they've never seen someone survive a blood sugar level as low as hers in their career. And she has felt ashamed of taking the risk and apologised for her children while warning others not to gamble with their lives. Again, this is a whole new world there, you know. And she's in the back of the ambulance. Again, it's just risky business buying anything online. Meanwhile, good news. The OECD's forecasts have upgraded Britain's performance. Even though we face being the second slowest growing economy in G7 next year, we will dodge recession, unlike some of those EU countries. Just saying, just putting it out there. Just putting it out there. Thing is, right, there's an awful lot of investment going on in this country, but no one's reporting on it. And it's annoying a lot of investors because they're investing in various businesses, but no one hears about it. And so it kind of devalues their investment. I was listening to one expert, and he reckons that the FTSE index, you know, the stock market index that we have in the UK, is vastly undervalued because of that, the whole Brexit thing. So interesting. Meanwhile, it's chilly. That, you remember we was talking about that yellow weather warning? You know, don't eat the yellow snow. The Met Office have extended that warning. And they reckon it's going to go all the way down the eastern coastline as far south as Cornwall. Meanwhile, the first snows have fallen this is up in Yorkshire. It's like a Christmas card. And Northumberland near Alnwick, there's a dog in the snow. Sunderland got a dusting, and there's a dog walker again. I feel pity for us dog walkers. And he's having fun. Hey, that's 6-month-old Finley Daniels, and he's getting about all right. And that's on the Scottish borders. And there are some horses in the field. Meanwhile, fog in Richmond Park. It's not quite the same, is it? So there you go. Yellow snow and ice. Beware, beware. Again, snow's great if you don't have to go anywhere. But if you've got a dog, there's no let up for us. Meanwhile, entertainment news, and it's a sad day for those of you who enjoy a certain kind of entertainment. The Benidorm legend Sticky Vicki has died. We've got a picture. Here she is. She died aged 80, and she spent 35 years entertaining tourists with her fruity, X-rated performances. She'd strip naked and pull things out of her orifices. Wait a minute, what's going on? There is a dog. A dog has entered the room. We can have some dog cam. Wait a minute. Got dog cam? Dog cam? You want dog cam? Whoops, wrong one. There we go. Dog cam. Live and direct. So there we go. So yeah, she passed away aged 80. And don't worry, her daughter's carrying on the tradition. So, but yeah, her real name was Victoria Maria Agais Gadia. But yeah, and her daughter wrote a tribute issues with her daughter who's taken up the mantle from her mother. And didn't it make you proud? A family business being handed on, you know, lit light bulbs being pulled from her daughter's vagina in the name of entertainment. It makes you proud, doesn't it? But yeah, she even appeared on ITV's comedy show Benidorm. There you go. Mrs. catches episodes of that. But yeah, her stage name was Vicki Layton, which is funny because that's where we came from. That always tickles me. But anyway, a sad day for entertainment. I think you'll agree. else have we got? Meanwhile, we're going to Norfolk, up in Great Yarmouth. Apparently, there's a class action. Yeah, a class action from the residents of Great Yarmouth, because I think is it the River Yar? That sounds about right. But anyway, locals are threatening a class action lawsuit against the local council because of flooding. There's a new bridge that's been built called the Herring Bridge, and you're seeing a live thing going across there. You see it go back and forth, and they believe that that bridge, the way it's been built, has reduced the width of the river by a third, from 290 foot to 180 foot, and the whole of the Norfolk Broads empties out into the North Sea from there, and they reckon that is causing local flooding. And so, yeah, villages in Potterheim and Coldham Hall have had serious flooding, and large areas still remain underwater. So, yeah, a lawsuit. Now, is it just the weather, or maybe has the bridge really had enough? Oh, I'm gonna close the curtain because I'm being dazzled now. There's just, the sun always shines on me. Someone up there loves me. See, now it's all dark. Now it looks like it's evening. I had to go to the east wing, shut the curtains. There you go. So there you go. Meanwhile, let's go to the streets of London. Let's go to Westminster. Maybe go for a nice evening stroll in Westminster. Let's see what's going on there. Oh no! What's all happening here? What the heck? Well, what that is? It's what is it? Is it the pro-Palestinian march? No, this one it's pro-Albanian supporters celebrating their Independence Day, and they clash with police apparently. So yeah, just stay at home. That's a thing now. We have that as well to deal with. Can't everybody just raise a glass at home? Yeah. Alright, what else have we got? Not doing that. Royal news. Here we go. Oh, I've seen our new place, missus. I've seen our new place. Let's go to Gwent. Right. This is in Crumlin near Blackwood in Gwent. And let's have a look. These are 2 bungalows that are for sale. You can get them together. Look at that. Oh, it looks picturesque, doesn't it? And they're on the market for £1. Yeah, they're 50p each. £1. And they're made of corrugated iron, apparently. And are in much need of repair. I don't think they show you the internals. No, they don't. But it's got a lovely view. I think you'll agree. Beautiful view there. They're positioned in the hills on an elevated part, allowing the occupants to enjoy a fine view across the Welsh valleys. But yeah, the 2 rundown homes are made of brick-coloured corrugated sheets. But yeah, they're in a poor state of repair, and for 50p each, I can't imagine how much money it's going to cost to repair them. But yeah, Sean Roper of Newport-based Paul Fosh's Auction says no internal inspections of the pair of bungalows have been made due to their current condition. But yeah, the village of Crumlin, where they're based, benefits from a range of local amenities as well as shopping facilities further out in nearby towns of Newbridge and Cwmbran. There you go. So, £1. Should we put a bid in? £1.50. Maybe not. What else have we got? So that's not a nice one. Ah, here we go. Do you like television? Who remembers Only Fools and Horses? Yeah. Do you remember Only Fools and Horses? Do you remember the 1992 Christmas special, Mother Nature's Son, in which Del Boy comes up with a scheme to put Peckham on the map? Him and Rodney decide to make Peckham spring water. Do you remember that episode? Oh, it was funny. Mrs. likes that one, don't you, Mrs? She's nodding. She's chowing down on a bacon sandwich in because it's Wednesday, and nodding. Well, if you're a fan, and you'd be a plonker not to be a fan, Rodney, you can now buy. You can buy, right? One of the props, yes. One of the Peckham Spring water bottles are up for sale for auction, and it's expected to fetch thousands of pounds. Now, the interesting thing about this is they only made 20 of them for props for the show, and I reckon there's less than 20 of those in existence. And this bottle was originally kept after film by a camera operator working in the studio, and it was revealed that the bottle very nearly ended up in a recycling bin, as the original owner thought it was of no value. Is he crazy? And a couple of 100 bottles were made for filming, and when it was concluded, extras were given away to cast or crew souvenirs. But they reckon there's less than 20 are left that have survived. Most have been thrown away over the years. And again, it's got it's even the label has even got details on it. Look, that's amazing. That is amazing. So yeah, that's up at auction. That's being held by the Auctioneum Limited of Bristol on December the 8th as part of the British Comedy Auction, and you can view the entire catalogue on their website, www.auctioneum.co.uk. So yeah, buy that this time next year, Rodney. You could be a millionaire. Indeed. There you go. A little bit of comedy history there for you. We got anything else? London's Winter Wonderland has come under fire by scores of visitors because it should have been retitled "We Ho Ho Ho, We Saw You Coming." Yeah, the price is again, the price of these exhibitions have gone up phenomenally, right? And thousands have travelled from all over the UK to attend the experience, get a slice of festive spirit. But many have taken to social media to share their pricey experience. The entry fee is £7.50. But if you want a potato on a stick, and who wouldn't want I've never heard of such a thing, and now I want a potato on a stick. I just want to experience the absolute delight of having a potato on a stick. £6.50. And if you want 9 chestnuts, a fiver. In September, chestnuts were free around here. You could fall over the bloody things. So yeah, people one family of 5 spent almost £200, and some revellers have been joking that you need to remortgage their house to afford the visit. So there you go. So yeah, if you want chestnuts, not £1, it's a fiver, and people are doing tiki-tokis about this very expensive experience. So if you want to play a game, it's another fiver. Everything's a fiver. If you want to play hook or duck, a fiver. Oh, see, this is it. This is This is potato on a stick. Look at that. I want one. I've led a sheltered life now. And if you want a plain sausage in a bun, which looks as unappetising, look at that. There's nothing on the bun. And then there's just a meat tube. That's £8. £8. Fuck off. Seriously. Oh dear. So yeah, it's very expensive. Stay at home. Stay at home. All that money you spend, you could just spend on Christmas decorations, couldn't you? Which you could use year on year. And meanwhile, if you want to, again, Christmas is expensive, and for Carla Bellucci from Hertfordshire, she's going to make her relatives pay. Yeah, she is. Carla, who's been previously labelled Britain's most hated woman, right? When she revealed she milked the system and blagged a free nose job on the NHS after faking depression. I wonder if I can get a free hair transplant. Oh, that don't really bother me. Imagine having a full head of hair. I'd have to wash it in the morning and dry it again. This works out. I can just get up and go out. Don't have to worry about it. That was the one thing about having long hair. It was a real drag. But anyway, she moved to Hertfordshire due to the hate she received. But this time, right, she's charging visitors to her Christmas dinner £150 a head, right? And for that, you get a meal and a single glass of champagne. And here she is. She's miserly, to say the least. I'll tell you, for £150, it better be a good dinner. I think she's just doing it for attention. What do you think? I do too. Are you charging your relatives for Christmas dinner? Leave a comment in the comment box below. Meanwhile, Ursula von der Leyen, if Payne's in, he'll make his joke, admitted that they goofed it up. Right? During an interview in Brussels, she said, yep, we goofed it up. And that Britain should rejoin the EU in order to fix Brexit. She said, first of all, thank God with the Windsor Agreement we had a new beginning for old friends, very important. And then I must say, I keep telling my children, you have to fix it. We goofed it up. You have to fix it. So I think here too, the direction of travel, my personal opinion is clear, she said without elaborating. And here she is. Because it's costing them, you see. They like our money. They like our money. And here she is with Dishy Rishi in November saying, please rejoin the EU, please. We really like your money. You can't have it. It's our money now. So yeah. Meanwhile, you wouldn't want to live here. This is Stanley Street in Summercoats in Derby, or Derbyshire. And these poor people, I don't know if it's the sat-nav that's doing this, but heavy trucks and diggers are heading to a nearby, going to a nearby building site. There's a new housing estate that's being built, and they go through this very narrow passage. So it's very narrow, and it's splashing water and mud up the doors of the residents. And the locals said that they're fed up with it. The 180 home estate started being worked on earlier in the year, and one family even left because, well, they was worried that their kids were going to get run over. But yeah, the trucks and diggers drive up and down Stanley Street from early morning to late at night. But even though the houses are covered in mud, builders are sent to jet wash the narrow street every day. But residents say this makes the situation worse. And one woman complained that the water came through and soaked her carpet. So I mean, yeah, you wouldn't want to live there. Look at that, having that trundled by every day. You wouldn't want that. And this is the state of their doors. Very muddy, very muddy. So, but it'll all be over. You've always got to remember that nothing is forever, and all things must pass. You know, as you've got to remember that everything passes. Have we got anything else? Got some animal photos there. Remember the old saying, go woke, go broke? Well, you know what? It turns out to be true. Yeah. This is a report about woke books. Yeah. Books that were commissioned for huge advances by experienced editors have flopped. Right? This includes a $500,000 novel by a queer feminist that sold only 3,500 copies, and Ellen Page, their $3 million transgender memoir sold 68,000 copies, but not enough to to be deemed a success. Yeah, the publishing industry is now is now looking at each other, going, "What happened?" And they're blaming it on inexperienced editors. You're blaming editors who, after the George Floyd, bacon, lettuce, mayonnaise. Sorry, Black Lives Matter. I always get them too mixed up. Have caused this very strange, situation in the publishing industry. Caroline Farrell's Dear Miss Metropolitan, described by the New York Times as a story of three young girls, black and biracial, who were kidnapped and thrown into the basement of a decaying house in Queens. It was bought for a deal worth $250,000, but has shifted just 3,163 copies since it was published in 2021. Meanwhile, a queer feminist western, Lucky Red by Claudia Craven's, got the aforementioned $500,000 advance and sold 3,500 copies. But yeah, meanwhile, established authors, often white authors, are saying that they're no longer required. And when they bring this up, they're accused of being racists. So there you go. So go woke, go broke seems to be a real thing. And former television host Jamil Hill promoted her memoir, Uphill, across various networks, and the book sold a mere 5,034 copies and failed to crack the top 200 on Apple Books. Meanwhile, HarperCollins and St Martin's Press editor chalked the flops up to generational change. So that was, yeah. So there you go. So that really is a thing, according to the book industry. So just publish books that people want to read, rather than pushing this. Wow. Sorry, I just seen an animal story. We're going to the Australian Gold Coast, and what you're seeing here, right? This is well, I'll show you. It's pretty grim. This is a coastal carpet python giving a possum what's known as a kiss of death. Yeah, it's come down from the ceiling, grabbed the animal, and that's it. It's all over. It's all over for the possum. Everything in Australia wants to kill you. It's true. Don't worry, we're going to end on some good animal stories. This is the wildlife. This is the 25 shortlisted entries for the Wildlife Photographer of the Year People's Choice Awards. Right, so we've got some animal pictures that we can all enjoy. Here we go. So first one up, we've got some lions enjoying a wash. There we go. Oh wow, those are aurora jellies. So those jellyfish reflected by the aurora borealis in the kitchen. I'm not going to do that one. This is the happy turtle. That's a Balkan pond turtle with having a moment with a dragonfly in Israel's Jezreel Valley. Here's a fox in a bin. The picture's called Opportunity Fox. I like it, by Matt Moran. That's from the UK. It's a London street scene there. And this is a Gallarda, mother suckling its baby with its companion, by Marco Giotti. Ah, look at that. Ice bed. Polar bear having a little kip. There you go. I just think the fox is glacier mints for some reason. And that is a starling murmuration. So it looks like a starling made out of starlings. That is amazing, by Daniel Genciscu, and that was taken over the city of Rome. I'd like to believe that was real, not some sort of weird Photoshop AI generation. And this is a red fox cub looking at a shrew it'd been playing with moments earlier. Don't think that shrew survived. This is Andy Parkinson's Tender Touch with two mountain hares. We'll show you in a moment. Are you looking at me? Are you looking at me? I'm the only one here. That's a grizzly bear, pictured in Chilco River in British Columbia. Oh, look at him. This is the Ethiopian wolf, one of the rarest wild dogs in the world. And that was taken in Ethiopia's Bale Mountains National Park by Axel Gomil. What a lovely animal. Wow. Now again, look at that. A swallow over meadow. That is amazing. That's a barn swallow flying over a meadow of cornflowers. It just looks like it could be a wallpaper print. It's just amazing. And that is a humpback wild calf, right, missing, and that's some of its mother's milk in front frame. What a picture. And this is a pygmy round-eared bat returning home. And it's a wood duck and its brood in a late spring snowstorm in Smiggin-Knowles, New South Wales, Australia. That's a cuckoo wasp. Some penguins. Oh, yeah. That is a celeb's crested macaque. Seeing what's inside that bottle. I hope it's not an Amazon driver's bottle. Ooh, you don't want to be drinking that. A snowshoe hare. Oh dear. A rescued chimpanzee at the Chimpanzee Conservation Centre in the Republic of Guinea. Mud skippers arguing with a crab. Of course, why not? Autumn glow. Oh no. So it's a bull elephant scavenging through rubbish in Sri Lanka. And those coats are made from some of the most endangered big cats, including the snow leopard, jaguar and ocelot. These were confiscated by European customs officers. And that's the end of that. So there we go. As an end on a rather sad picture. I shouldn't have clicked on that last one. Anyway, that was the news. Killing the channel one video at a time. I'll see if there's anybody in. Is there anybody in? 7 people in. Yeah, no one's watching. No one likes it. Payne's in. This is O'Price Houses in Crumlin, shocker. You don't fancy him? They're in your neck of the woods, are they? Jesse's in. He says, I don't. Just got in contact with a good mate for the first time in 4 years. Both thought each other were dead. Got to be in their song in there somewhere. I hope you're dead, then I found you not. I thought you in the ground, but you're not going to rot. You're alive, I'm alive. It's great to be alive when you're not dead. Payne says, that's not a potato on a stick. That's a crisp kebab. Payne says, ladies and gentlemen, my joke, Ursula von der Leyen. I thank you. Again, I'm glad you were there. I needed you there for the payoff. I knock them up, you head them in. And Payne says, all those books are available in the Nobody Cares section of Waterstones. I mean, yeah, it's a way of destroying the publishing industry, isn't it? When they do these big advances, you know, but, you know. But we live now in a post-cultural world, in a post-cultural society. And I think that's the same for a lot of books out there now. I think people are just bored of this, all this media. There's just so much of it. Anyway, thank you for watching. I've got to go and fry up some bacon for a bacon sandwich. And we'll do this all again soon. Killing the channel one video at a time. That was the news. You know you've got to drink it up. Ta-ta.